Hello everyone, today we're going to be talking about belair.
Who?
Now if you don't know this delusional person, get out your cave please. She responsible for every AAA game's failure, and she also hate white men, not going to lie, it funny being there multiple different race of people call her out. To add more insult towards her, she not cute at all compared to the other YouTubers. Who just better overall. Let me not waste your guy time and let's start this video.
Hello, I'm belair.
Who cares?
I don't care about you introducing yourself. I wanna know this: why are you here? Why are you on my gaming industry? And why should anybody care what you have to say? Why are you a horrible human being? Why do you think gamers care about diversity? Like, these are the bigger questions that you should be answering immediately. I don't care about anything else.
I am the crazed CEO of sweetbabyinc, the DEI-obsessed censorship mafia who is currently ruining and wokeifying all of the video games that you've ever played.
You see what I mean?
Imagine admitting that you did a crime. Keep in mind, these people actually doing something very, very illegal that they are not supposed to be doing whatsoever. And what would that be? Terrifying the developers of cancel culture. And if that not bad enough for everybody, she don't want white people working, which is against the law in the workforce. She can actually face legal actions.
If you haven't heard of sweetbabyinc, thank you. That's actually how I prefer it.
Why? 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 Why?
I know why, because you don't like the backlash that you're getting. It to hear a friendly advice: stay away from us because we're not too forgiving, nor do we forget what you did, some of you. And for the companies, is it worth losing a lot of money over DEI?
But if you have, it's either because of the over 80 amazing and often award-winning games that we've worked on, or hell no!
Those games were garbage. And what do you mean work on? All you did is make it worse with your nonsense, and then you complain on the internet when it fails. And guess now developers are asking the big questions: are we going to get harassed if we hire you? And to answer that question,
Yes, definitely.
Or perhaps you're familiar with the nearly year-long hate campaign that has been waged against us as a team.
What?
hate campaign. LOL lady, you and little cronies started with us in the first place. Why are you trying to act innocent, which clearly you're not? You're responsible of companies losing a lot of money, so call it a hate campaign is far from that.
What happens when you get harassed?
Bullshit.
We are a narrative development company, and we are a team of narrative developers.
That is the gayest thing I have ever heard.
Yeah, you know what else you're good at? Wasting everybody's time and resources just to hear you cry about diversity, even though you're anti-diversity. So what your point?
What that means is that we do script writing, storytelling, narrative work for video games, and sometimes that means that we come in for writing punch-ups. Sometimes that means we're the entire writer's room for a project.
If you can't speak delusional people, don't worry, I got you. What she's trying to say is this: low-key, she wants to make everything ugly. She wants to ruin the game code, ruin the writing, and we want to change the person to white to black. Oh wait, your game is not selling. Don't worry, developers in the modern audience will buy your game, lol.
We started out in 2018, but it was really in 2020 that we kind of came to any kind of...
Yeah, she's a liar.
I was correct, you are a pathological liar, because when I said this that she couldn't be 2018 because I would 18 at that time. Good job, lady, for lying about something you don't need to lie about. Any more skeletons that you're hiding in your closet?
Me Too sweeping through the games industry as various bad actors were named and shamed, appropriately I should say. And also the Black Lives Matter protests were in full swing.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
There were a myriad problems to be solved. We created an email called talk@sweetbabyinc, and we just said,
Hell to the no, to the no, 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 no. Hell no, no.
Oh, really? Why don't you open your account and talk to gamers so we can show our disdain towards you? And why developers need to talk to you after what you've done to all the gaming industry? I think they should blacklisting you. Don't you think that's the most appropriate thing to do?
And we talked a lot about advocacy, we talked a lot about helping people get into the industry, and we also talked a lot about the importance of telling stories from a variety of perspectives, and especially of having those writers and those creators in the room to help you with that. And
they don't need your help whatsoever. If you're a developer and you hire these people, that means you was never good at your job in the beginning and you should be fired. I'm not joking, you should be fired. If you don't like what I'm saying, go kick rocks like I care.
In that year, or in those subsequent years, we grew from a team of only 5
Beta
people. And during that time, as you might imagine, a lot of game teams were looking for guidance, both in terms of narrative, but also in terms of learning how to tell diverse stories and feature diverse characters.
Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong.
They do not need you at all. They need is a good story, a good writer, and that's it. They don't need diversity. Weirdo from the across the street looks suspicious as hell, but I'm going to put it in retarded language that you can actually understand. They don't need weirdo like you around them because 90% players say they don't care about diversity at all.
We were living up to the title that I had wanted to. We were becoming true narrative developers. Capable of taking on pretty much any task as far as a touch story on any project at any time, and
Wrong.
That's right, lady, you were so good on taking every challenge beside being a clown on the internet and being disliked by majority of gamers. Does this lady have any self-awareness at all? Like, was she born with a silver spoon in her mouth? Because I'm starting to feel spoiled little brat vibes.
And if I'm being honest, just as a creative myself, that's all I've really ever wanted. I've never wanted to be known by audiences, really. I have never wanted to be known by gamers, certainly. And
Oh, really?
Oh really? Okay, let me give you a piece of advice. Do us all a favor, like straight up and down, get off the game industry and go back to the streets that you belong, because so far all you have done is cause more problems, more loss of money, and I really don't see any point of having you anywhere near the game industry whatsoever.
I have wanted to be known by game devs, and writers especially. I want 70 games under our belt at the time, but two of them, two very, very big ones, were about to drop within a week of each other. So on October 23rd, there was Spider-Man 2, and then on October 27th, there was Alan Wake 2, both big AAA games. And
just to let everybody know, they have yet to make all their money back from those two games. They added rainbow flags to Spider-Man and Alan Wake 2 somehow. The black protagonist is the lead person and somehow got herself caught in darkness. Everything about these two games, it's just like I don't want to touch them. Why? Because you messed them up, lady.
we were very excited.
How the hell?
In retrospect, we were actually like comically excited because we had a couple thousand followers at the time, mostly game devs, and we were like, okay, it's time to stand up and be proud of our work.
Like, what? What?
I'm curious, what is wrong with you game developers? Like, you don't see delusional right away. They shouldn't be allowed on anything. Hello, red flags game is lags and crashes. So I am generally curious for all you developers, what do you not see a problem with these people? Let me know.
The Google went bad. I shouldn't have done it because rather than any praise or people going, wow, how did you do it? Or just, hey, a narrative development company, what does that mean? I'm really interested.
Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. Still don't care. I don't care.
We were instead found by kind of 4chan and the worst people on Twitter.
Right.
Oh yeah, you're the definition of that, no doubt about it. You are basically the worst human being, so congratulations. At least you have some type of intelligence, but you're still at the lower scale. But hey, you can do better. Drink your soy milk.
Forcing a black person into Alan Wake, which one is cool, but we didn't do.
You're lying to me.
First of all, it's not cool because that black character was a nobody, and yes, you did have a hand in it. Otherwise, why are you showing it at full display and you own? Oh my god, this lady is a clown. She got to be clueless human being on Earth. I'm curious how she feeds her pet if she this clueless, and that not me being rude at a question, really.
And also of putting pride flags into Spider-Man's New York, which, again, so good, love to see them.
You suck!
But we were not responsible for them, but
Yeah, you like something new, Flash, nobody like it. This is what we call sick people that should not have any money whatsoever. Oh, and I'm gonna go way off topic. Gay people don't like the LGBTQ+, which is telling because they supposed to be for the gay people, and they're even saying get out of here with that nonsense.
suddenly we were being told that we were, funded by BlackRock and that
Yes, definitely.
Well, you are being funded by BlackRock because if you was a small company you wouldn't have the power that you have today. For example, big corporations do not care about small companies' opinions in general, so by you have a contract with this big company sound very sketchy.
DEI company, some kind of vaguely defined like censor, and that we were here to use all of the power we had amassed to force companies to go woke.
Well, it's not far-fetched. For example, Microsoft is Game Fail, and if you don't know which game I'm talking about, Halo Infinite, or Assassin's Creed from Ubisoft, Dustborn, god, that game is awful and extremely racist, and Concord won the worst Overwatch clones. There are too many games that fail, and it all leads right back to you.
Obviously, that's a very baffling understanding of what work for hire is. I'm not sure how they imagined we did it or how the contracts would be drawn up for it, but
Oh, really? How we draw that conclusion? I'll tell you used to work for Ubisoft and you left to start up a small company which you don't have any power whatsoever, nor did you make your own games. These are other people's games that you tamper with, and plus you'll probably get funding from BlackRock, become part of his branch there. I just explain it in a simplest way.
It kind of didn't matter because it just kept evolving and spinning out of control, and suddenly the conspiracy was just alive. They were finding photos of us, sometimes our families or our contractors. They were doxing me and other members of the team. Anyone calling these attacks out as doxing was accused of doxing themselves or lashing out.
It was all bullshit.
I hope she realized what she's saying is public information, like they all post a face on the internet, so she can't say it's a harassment or doxing due to the fact that one of your employees was doxing somebody. So are we really gonna overlook that? The answer is yes, she's gonna overlook it and pretend that everything is okay.
We were getting something like 300 emails a day, which admittedly some of those are going to be spam or bots or whatever it is, but they were often accompanied by death threats, threats to our family.
I disagree!
I just want to say this now. She locked her account, so she's already lying. Second, those are not death threats. Those are people trolling you or telling you to answer some of their questions which you refuse to answer. So far, everything you've been saying is a lie or misleading. Alright guys, it's time for me to end this video, and as for you, Belair, I'm going to say this because nobody is going to say this on console. You are delusional. Nobody what your opinion on video games, plus you're responsible for millions of dollars being lost and you don't face the consequences that you cause them. Hope you leave the gaming industry, but that wishful thinking. Oh, we're going to have part 2.